Good morning, everyone. Good for me to, well, let me restart. What am I saying?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Day 6. We are still in John 18, continuing on the 28th verse. Then they led Jesus from Caiaphas into the praetorium, and it was early. And they said to themselves, and they themselves did not enter into the praetorium, so that they would not be defiled, but might eat the Passover. Therefore Pilate went out to them and said, what accusations do you bring against this man? They answered and said to him, if this man were not an evildoer, we would not have delivered him to you. So Pilate said to them, take him yourselves and judge him according to your law. And the Jews said to them, we are not permitted to put anyone to death, to fulfill the word of Jesus which he spoke, signifying by what kind of death he was about to die. Therefore Pilate entered again into the praetorium and summoned Jesus and said to him, are you the king of the Jews? Jesus answered, are you saying this, or are you on your own initiative, or did others tell you about me? Pilate answered, I am not a Jew, am I? Your own nation and the chief priests delivered you to me. What have you done? Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then my servants would be fighting so that I would not be handed over to the Jews. But as it is, my kingdom is not of this realm. Therefore Pilate said to them, so you are a king? Jesus answered, you say correctly that I am a king. For this I have been born, and for this I have come into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who's of the truth hears my voice. Pilate said to him, what is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again to the Jews and said to them, I find no guilt in this man, but you have a custom that I released someone for you at the Passover. Do you wish then that I release for you the king of the Jews? But they cried out again, saying, not this man, but Barabbas. Now Barabbas was a robber. So, a couple of things here to me. I find the interaction between what's his name, Pilate and Jesus a little humorous, because the high priest, the Jews, take this man who they find guilty, give him to Pilate, who is a Roman, not a Jewish. So the Jewish give Jesus to the Roman government, and they just say, he did wrong. Pilate doesn't know anything of Jesus. He goes, well, what did he do wrong? Jews won't say. Pilate goes, well, I have no guilt against him. I don't know what he did wrong. And so he's doing a good job in upholding government in that innocent until proven guilty, if that's how the government works way back then. But still, the people, the other Jewish people, since the high priests wanted Jesus to be guilty, they just said, hey, I'm sure that this was the case, hey, have him be found guilty. And so they did, which is unfortunate. But it's interesting here that Jesus goes, I'm not in my place of authority. When you're in a different country, as I'm in Korea, I still am bound by US law, I'm sure, but now that I'm in Korea, I'm also bound by Korean law. I have to follow those Korean laws. So Jesus is saying, this isn't my kingdom, so I'm going to be obedient to your laws. If you find me guilty, then find me guilty. And Jesus is exercising something that he teaches to his disciples early on, and is that be obedient to governments, follow authorities. And I think Jesus here does a wonderful example of following that. But that's my thoughts. Let me hear yours. Put them in the chat. In fact, send an audio, send a video, switch it up, or you can just text if you want. Have a great day.